Right, there's one other theme from the earlier chapters of Capital which I want to discuss before we go on to the later ones, and that's the famous commodity fetishism. Commodity fetishism, which is section 4 of chapter 1 of Capital. I found talking to people, a lot of people think that what Marx means by this is people who love shopping, who do shopping therapy when they're feeling a bit down. That's not what Marx means. Though the fact that such a thing as the shopping therapy or buying something just to cheer yourself up exists, I think is linked to this. What Marx means is this, that, as I said, your commodities appear in society with numbers attached to them. So, when you go into a supermarket, whether you can buy apples or not has no relation to whether you are hungry and you really need an apple, or you're very well fed and you don't need it and you will do well not to eat anything more. It has no relation even to whether you like apples or not. All it depends on is the relation between one commodity, in this case the money commodity in your pocket, and the apples. If you have the money, you can buy the apples even if you're going to throw them away. If you don't have the money, you can't buy them even if you're starving. So in that social interaction, the social relation is not between you and the shop owner or the shop worker. The social relation is between the commodities that you carry, in a modern society, money, and the commodities that the shop carries, apples, for example. You know, Marx puts this in a very paradoxical sentence. He says, what happens is that in this society of generalized commodity production, that the relations between people appear not as social relations between people, but, as he says, as what they really are, social relations between things, between commodities. It's the commodities which have the social relations, and the people appear, their relations are material, they're mediated through the cash nexus. So commodity fetishism is essentially a theory of social relations in a society of generalized commodity production, in a commodity economy. And as Marx said, it's a society which bears the mark of the products of human labour dominating over humanity. And you can think there are examples of everyday life of the pressure of commodity fetishism on us. So, for example, you talk of somebody as worth £1 million, meaning they own £1 million. The person appears as an appendix to the wealth. A very common thing is the markets react in this way or that way. The markets, which are, sets of relations of commodities, appear as the active agent, not the people involved in those markets. So the term fetishism, Marx takes from the study of religion. He says in religion, particularly ancient religions where you have many gods, people understand, conceptualize the relations between them by imagining them embodied in gods and the gods then have social relations between the gods, which governs what happens down here. The difference with the commodity fetishism is that these commodities really exist, and commodity fetishism is an appearance, but it isn't just an illusion. It's not an illusion if you think you need money to buy an apple from a shop. You do, you really do. That is how things really are. And so what it's telling you is relations between people appear as relations between things. Appearance and essence here Marx uses these terms, are not illusion and reality. They are different levels of reality, a single reality.